Located south of Franklin Square in San Francisco's Potrero Hill neighborhood, the Potrero Trolley Coach Division facility at 2500 Mariposa Street was the second purpose-built car barn constructed by San Francisco's Municipal Railway. Originally known as the Potrero Car Barn, the facility was constructed in 1915 to service and store off-duty streetcars and was one of the few pre-World War II car barns remaining in San Francisco. After decades of operation, plans are underway in 2024 to replace the building with a modern bus maintenance facility with integrated housing and retail. The Potrero Hill neighborhood is located in East San Francisco and has served as a major industrial center since the early 1900s. During the 1970s and 80s, the northern Potrero Hill neighborhood earned the moniker Showplace Square as many of its large industrial buildings were repurposed as wholesale furniture and design showrooms. During the late 1800s, San Franciscans relied on a network of privately owned streetcar companies to travel across the city. On April 17, 1906, one day before the devastating earthquake and fire, prominent local businessmen Klaus and Rudolph Spreckels filed paperwork to incorporate a new, publicly owned transit company that could address the city's growing transportation needs. The company, originally called the Municipal Street Railways of San Francisco, became known as the San Francisco Municipal Railway. The next day, the 1906 earthquake and fire destroyed entire neighborhoods and much of the city's rail networks. San Franciscans would spend many years working to rebuild all that had been lost. In 1909, the new San Francisco Municipal Railway, commonly known as Muni, secured funding to build a municipal streetcar line along Market Street. Plans for the line included the 1911 construction of the Geary Car Barn, located at the intersections of Geary Street and Presidio Boulevard. In 1912, Muni's Geary Street line opened for service, and the company became the nation's first publicly owned streetcar railway company. Muni's staff and San Francisco's chief engineer, Michael M. O'Shaughnessy, embarked on a major expansion campaign to connect the city's downtown to the Marina District, which had recently been selected as the future site of the 1915 Panama Pacific International Exposition. In 1914, Muni began construction of a new car barn located at 2500 Mariposa Street that would service Muni's first crosstown streetcar line, the H Line. In 1915, construction was completed. The new Potrero Car Barn, where Muni's fleet of streetcars were repaired, was a rectangular plan building of concrete construction with curved tracks that passed through large vehicular openings on Mariposa Street. In 1924, a second-floor office wing, maintenance shops, and staff facilities were added to the original car barn. The city purchased the southern and northern halves of the neighboring block to the east in 1925 and 1939, respectively, and converted it into a corporate yard that stored machinery, rails, and equipment. In 1940, a large trolley coach maintenance shop was added to the building. In 1948 and 49, the Potrero Car Barn was remodeled and some portions of the building were demolished in order to convert the facility into a modernized trolley coach facility with new shops, offices, and maintenance bays. Mariposa Bus Yard was also built on the eastern half of the subject property. The renamed Potrero Trolley Coach Division, commonly known as the Potrero Yard, became Muni's primary maintenance and operations facility south of Market Street. In 1989, the Potrero Yard underwent a rehabilitation and seismic retrofit that heavily remodeled the building's interior and north, west, and south facades. Upgrades included new bus wash, vacuum, and fare collection stations, new asphalt and striping, new electrical poles and overhead catenaries, and a new one-story control tower in front of the westernmost bay on the Mariposa Street facade. Over the next 3 decades, the facility underwent additional smaller upgrades and alterations while retaining many of its original exterior features. As one of the last remaining pre-World War II car barns in San Francisco, the Potrero Trolley Coach Division facility is eligible for listing in the California Register of Historical Resources under Criterion 1 for its association with the early development of the San Francisco Municipal Railway, the nation's first publicly owned streetcar railway. The period of significance ranges from 1915, when the building was first constructed, to 1948, when it was converted into a maintenance and operations facility for electric trolleys. Additionally, it is eligible for listing under Criterion 3 as a property that embodied the distinctive characteristics of a car barn. The building also represented the work of master engineer Michael M. O'Shaughnessy, who is widely regarded as the most influential chief engineer to work for the city of San Francisco. Under Criterion 3, the property's period of significance is 1924 to 1941, which encompasses the facility's periodic expansion. Many physical features of the facility conveyed its historic significance. Most of the character-defining features were located along the two-story office wing fronting Mariposa Street and a section of the shops wing along Hampshire Street. The office wing comprised the primary facade facing Mariposa Street and was 7 bays wide and 2 stories tall. The office wing was connected on its north side to the shops wing along Hampshire Street. The shops wing featured a prominent parapet wall that was 2 stories tall toward Mariposa Street to the south, and due to the change in grade, was only 1 story tall toward 17th Street to the north. While the office wing was highly ornamented, the shops wing was relatively austere. Both wings were capped by flat roofs. The first floor of the office wing featured 5 large vehicular openings along Mariposa Street. Curved rail tracks once led through these openings and enabled streetcars to enter the building's maintenance bays. Above each bay were 3 metal sash windows that dated to the construction of the second-floor office wing in 1924. The vehicular bays were separated by pilasters. The westernmost bay, which was later infilled with concrete and stucco, featured a decorative surround with a dentelated cornice and a frieze with the inscription Municipal Railway AD 1915. On Hampshire Street, a pedestrian doorway featured an ornate surround with rope moldings and floral decorations. The frieze was inscribed with the word office, flanked by small circular medallions with Muni's original logo. Other molded concrete and cement plaster elements present on the Mariposa and Hampshire Street facades included the re-entrant corner detailing, the molded cornice between the first and second floors, and the shallower cornice at the roofline, the continuous lug sill beneath the second floor windows, and the circular medallion with Muni's original logo. A roof-mounted wood flagpole was located near the southeast corner of the building. It was set back behind the parapets facing Mariposa and Hampshire Streets. The office wing's east and west facades each featured 4 metal sash windows on the second floor. In the 21st century, Potrero Yard retained many of its original features, even as it adapted to the needs of San Francisco's travelers. The first floor of the maintenance facility housed the maintenance department, including heavy and running repair bays, machine and tire shops, offices, and storage rooms. The operations department occupied the second floor and consisted of offices, toilets, break rooms, and training facilities. Modern stations within the Mariposa bus yard serviced Muni's growing fleet, including a coach washing stand on the north side, fare collection and vacuum stations on the east side, and an outdoor running repair station on the west side. Potrero Yard served the needs of San Francisco's travelers for over 109 years. It was one of the city's few surviving car barns and stood as a reminder of the city's dramatic regrowth after the 1906 earthquake. Potrero Yard was a testament to an important period in the development of San Francisco's transportation infrastructure.
I was raised up in the city. I was looking for my pretty situation. Music was the answer, so we played for every dancer. Yeah, we're spread through the nation to to ignite the new vibration, socialization. Yeah, we all grew up in Frisco, and we really didn't do disco. Mechanization. Yeah, we all grew up in Frisco, playing music from the get-go. Urbanization. Tell me your story, y'all. Yeah, we met Mr. Zance, gave us a chance to play all our music and dance. From LA to Frisco, we did